Well, hello everybody, old Seldom here. You know, I made those Beaver skater stabilizers for my 330 round body grips, and you know, y'all saw the video. Well, a good friend of mine who is a heck of a trapper, a welder, works fabrication. He still has to work for a living. And he works on traps for people, and he's well known down in northern Indiana or near LaGrange. So yeah, and he said to me, he says, Mike, he says, can you set those use those stabilizers with the trigger down? Well, I hadn't even thought of it, but it was a good idea. So I went out and checked. No, by golly, the way I had built those, I couldn't use them either way. Trigger top, trigger bottom, had to be trigger top. So that got me, because I thought it was a good idea. Heck, I converted, reworked my H stands for my square body grips, the 330s, with a notch in the middle, so I could turn my have my triggers pointed up and the trigger on the bottom. The wires pointed up. So anyway, I did. I went and did some head scratching, and I could see what I needed to do, and I'll show you. I've got you know, I only did a half dozen, you know, because I only got a half a dozen round body grips. I don't need any more than that. I got, you know, squares, and I got half a dozen rounds. So anyway, here, let me show you what this is now, as I've new and improved, so that I can use with the triggers, the trigger on the bottom. So this is what it looks like today. Now you see what it is with these round body grips. You see the offset. Well, that's you got to have an offset when you're using round. So you can see the problem that could present, and it does. You have to build any stand so that you compensate for that offset. One jaw is going to have to set lower than the other. So what I did is I dropped everything. I dropped the rod that is holding my spring a ½ inch. Put a couple little bends on each end, and then I added a shim, a 3/8 shim to the other. So I've got, it's a ½ inch offset and a 3/8 shim, and that's and that works out super. It really does. And hey, I'm tickled to death with this outcome. My trigger, perfect. See that off? How much off? We got about close to a ½ inch. So I didn't need to drop it as far as I did, but hey, you got to make sure. So anyway, that's and how the one thing about this now, you know, when I set stabilizers, because I've made stabilizers before for smaller traps, I always set the trap right in the stabilizer. You aren't going to do that with this. No, it's what you do is you set it in and you twist it. So, and when you want to take it off, see that? I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but you're getting the idea. There, see that? See how I set that trap? Well, I'm telling you, I'm loving these round body grips, but they're just a little different trap to deal with. And I'll tell you, I don't know the fella that makes these traps. Listen, I don't get around. I don't go to conventions. I'm not a glad hander. I'm pretty much stay to myself. But you know, and I heard that he makes H stands for the round body grips. Well, jeepers, you know, he could he could make a lot nicer skater stabilizer for sure, and sell them. But you know, I don't know how big the market is for round body grip trap accessories. You know, I don't know. But I'm sure if he wanted to, he could easily make them instead of me using scrap 3/8 rod and have to acetylene weld the dang things. You know, I gotta tell you, I miss my welding machine. It's so dang hard with acetylene, and but anyway, but it works, and so I'm happy, and you can see that these are super, and yeah, these you notice my safeties, you betcha they've all got the vinyl tubing in them. I wouldn't have them any other way, I ain't kidding you. I can't say enough about those. So the Seldom's old Beaver skater stabilizer, now it doesn't matter if I've got the triggers on the top or triggers on the bottom, it all gonna work, and it's stable as all get out. So hey, I'm happy. So folks, listen, I just thought I would give a little update and show you how I modified my original. And I think I told you in the first video that anytime I make something for myself, because I'm not selling these things, I'm just making them for myself, that I wind up getting an engineering idea, and I got to go mess with it and tear it apart and redo it another way. And that's just the way I am. So, but that's how I've always been, and that's how I learned with everything. So anyway, enjoy the week and the coming weekend. The weather's beautiful here. I think it's 70 or 71. Later, everybody.